Hey guys, it's ViewMasters Reactions, and we're back with Vox O'Clock's portion of episode 16, Enter Vasselheim from Critical Role Campaign 1. We are back to Critical Role's actual rendition as opposed to the Enhanced for Critters versions. Episode 15 was the last episode that Enhanced for Critters did, so we jumped in during the live stream. We watched the first half up to the break. It was actually 20 minutes beyond the halfway point, leaving us exactly 1 hour, a little short of 1 hour for Patreon and Vox O'Clock combined. So we did about a 45-minute to 50-minute video for Patreon, shaved off the last 10 or 15 minutes so that we could have a Vox O'Clock. So whatever's left, I think there's about 13, 14 minutes left. We ended on a good part, though. We were being chased by a golem. We got into this room. We are now speaking to the High Bearer Vord, I think his name is, High Bearer Vord. We just went into this room. There were spiders, sum it up quickly, because we did almost an hour. We saw these little bitty spiders. The way we ended the live stream was there were spider webs all over. We knew spiders were coming. There were tiny spiders. There was one way larger that entered the center of the room after we had destroyed like 5 tiny ones. They were interesting, but nothing crazy. We had a little discussion about how I just despise spiders because they're just annoying and they're all over the place where I live because I live in the mountains and the forests, and it's annoying. But that being said, they got taken out pretty easy. We did a bunch of things. Orion busted out his deck of cards. There was a cloud entity and a succubus, and Tiberius became Tiberiosa. And while we were doing that, Vex did spiked growth, which was interesting. I don't know if I had ever seen that before. When all was said and done, though, Kima ran up, used the amulet I think she had, whatever the heck it was. It was some sort of artifact, used it, lit up, sent like some sapphire glow into the sky, and then little did we know there were 4 humanoid beings up in the ceiling, armored up, golem beings. I don't know if does that even make sense, a golem being? Because I feel like either way, it was a goddamn golem dropped from the sky. There were 3 more. I don't even think they began to chase us, and if they did, it didn't matter because we outran the first one, and Kima used the thing yet again, shut down the golem, was like, I didn't even know if that worked, but it worked, and then High Bearer Vord was talking to us. I think he was saying, oh, so I see you succeeded, or something like that. We're about to find out exactly what he has to say, because that's where we left off. There's about 13 minutes left, and we'll talk more at the end. If you want to see more of what I do, in the description is the link for Patreon, where you'll see every episode of Campaign 1 and 2, Patreon Hour exclusive. You want your own requested show or movie, go to the link, ask me to watch whatever you want. At a certain tier level, I will do so. That is how we have thousands of exclusives like Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Purse of Interest, Eureka, and Cobra Kai are done in full with their entire series. Just finished Severance, Yellow Jackets, and The Last of Us new seasons. Well, The Last of Us Season 2 is going on right now. We're also doing Once Upon a Time, Sherlock, Warehouse 13, and Leverage. Thousands of other movies and shows full unedited. Check it out. If not, Vox O'Clock for episode 16, Enter Vasselheim.
The High Bearer Vord kind of...
High Bearer Vord, yeah, okay. I wasn't sure if that was how you say it.
If you do not mind. And Jan kind of shuffles forward.
Yawn.
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 Right?
Yawn.
It was a play on words. Your name also means something that you do when you're tired.
Thanks, Orion.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
With a big old sack of coins in your hand.
That's like the guy you see at a bar or something like that.
Of course.
It is the most obvious thing ever. Like, the best example I could give you.
The spinning
is
column.
Circle of death.
Circle of
I'm
death.
gonna tell you in a minute once
a
it's
little
over.
broken. We thought we maybe were just disarming it, but I think we probably broke it.
We put an arrow
If
in
you
it.
find the remnants of a glorious beard,
I have to look at the remnants of a glorious beard.
I've got some remnants of a lovely beard, and I try to smush it onto his.
I'm looking something up. I'm paying attention
It is not the
because
same.
this came up the other
It
day.
is not the same. At which point, the High Bearer turns to you, Pike, and says,
I can't remember his
Mighty
goddamn
cleric.
name.
I see this meeting.
I'll remember. We'll figure it out.
My
I had something I wanted to
So
say,
you
but now
bear
I
the
can't
holy
remember
seal of
the
the
name of this
Dawn.
person.
the Lady of Redemption herself. While we may walk under different stars, I offer these words that caught my ear not but a week ago. An excavation beneath the toppled tower of
See how quiet everything got? Because Matt's
long
given
cursed ruin
a
that
very
sat like
good
blemish upon
description.
this city for hundreds of years. It was revealed that perhaps of the 5 holy paths that began here at Vasselheim, There may indeed now be a sixth.
What?
There
The forgotten
may
temple to
indeed.
Serenray has been uncovered. Crumbled, lost, and without light, it has sat forever and a day. And few are around in this city in her guiding flame to recover and restore its glory. Perhaps you should look into it.
Will do.
Gladly
Thank you.
to it.
Thank you for the
The Loon rise to the west of here,
advice.
at the base of the city's mountain. Look for the Darkstone ruin.
Dark stone.
Nevertheless, I thank you for your
Ruin.
time. Kima, if you
I
wouldn't
mean,
mind, we have
thanks
some things to discuss
for
as well.
almost having us die with no
Quick, Vorg.
warning. Vord.
Just, you wouldn't
Lord.
Vord.
Hi,
Vorg.
Vorg.
The Vorg. It's like Borg
that's
from
right.
Star Trek.
Yes.
The Vorg. Or the
Vorg.
Borg.
You wouldn't have happened to her, hear of maybe a druid tribe called the Fire Ashari? They call their little hometown Pyra. Do you happen to know? If you know, maybe.
If you know, now you
So,
know.
Kima,
If
there
you
has
don't
been
know,
talk
now
of
you
a
know.
rogue band of druids, not more than 2 days' travel in the... Let me see, where did I put that distant massive pass here? He thinks to himself for a moment, considering where...
Thinks to himself for a moment while Matt
Sunder Peak
takes a
Mountain
gander.
range. Dangerous territory.
Like I said, we don't have a whole lot of time.
activity. Yet
We're probably
these
already
folks
halfway
seem to
through
know
Vox
what's
O'Clock. We might also jump into the
Is it,
Tiberius
is Sunder Peak,
animatic.
like,
Because I know I
west
did
or
forget
east to where?
on
You
the
mean,
live
like,
west of
stream.
the city. It's hard to miss.
Southwest.
Look for the plumes of sulphurous smoke.
Is the temple to Serenray on
The
the way to
plumes
the...
of sulphurous
Temple to
smoke.
Serenray is
The way
on
he
the same
talks,
mountain that this temple is built.
I
on.
kind of dig it, but also it comes
Follow
off
the mountain base.
like a pompous,
So we can,
annoying
like,
kind of
stop there
person.
first?
Usually.
It's close, it seems.
Right now, I'll let him slide.
All of us can...
Before we part, you seem to be quite learned of certain many things that I am not. Have you ever heard of anything called the God's Hammer or the Pale Stone? Any kind of particular artifact? Robes of mercy, perhaps?
I can't say I have, unfortunately.
Of course.
But I
The
shall
God's
keep this
Hammer,
in mind should the
or the
information come my way.
Pal Stone.
Thank you.
Pale Stone? Not Pal,
I bow.
Pal. I said Pal, like P-A-L.
Gives you a look, kind of a glance, and notes. And for the record, while your color is not what it was when you first entered, know that the great platinum dragon sees through this guise to the heart beneath.
Yes. Thank you for noticing. I agree with the same sentiment, and I bow and in the draconic fashion.
Well, Kima, business. Thank you all very much. And he kind of lends his hand out. As he extends his hand, the doors on the opposite side of the room open up.
How lovely.
Magic. Thought it was banned.
Or is it that
Take a brevity because we have people who have to leave.
somebody's
on this,
watching?
very soon.
I mean, honestly, it's probably magic.
Doesn't take you long.
But it could be
to
somebody's
find your way,
watching at all
across the
times,
city.
and
You
when he
find,
made that
some
gesture,
of the city's bastions.
they knew to
standing
open
guard
the
on
door with, like, a
outskirts of this
switch or a
crumpled
lever or something.
Tower ruin, this like black,
Like,
and,
you know, the
soot-covered
wizard kind of
stone
thing.
That is just like, almost like a
Always make
plot
it
of land that has been left
what you
untouched.
don't
Like once
expect.
it fell, no one wanted anything to do with it. You speak with the bastions, and they eventually let you through, especially given the aid of those you walked with since arrival. You come to the ruin, and you can see there's about a 40-foot gap in this pile of stone that is a recess in the ground, almost like a small sinkhole.
40
It
foot.
looks like there is some sort of an excavation that has been set here.
I was gonna say
Very
40-foot
haphazard.
gap.
There is very, very simple wood boards that have been placed into the side
It's
of
a
this
hell of a
small,
gap. I don't know if I'd ever call a
sinkhole to allow
40-foot
relatively
sinkhole a
comfortable, though a
gap.
bit rickety descent into its structure. As you make your way down, your eyes adjust to the little bit of daylight that spills within this dark subterranean cavern. And there before you, you see a surprisingly glorious sight, a simple structure of brass and polished limestone, ancient as the day is long. One of the walls is partially collapsed, and you see what looks like 3 figures rummaging through the debris. An older human woman is being held by 2 others, a young man with blonde hair and simple clothes, and an older gnome that's carrying a crutch under his arm. And they're all in the process of collecting and setting aside and cleaning up various things that have recovered from this temple. you immediately see against the.
It's funny
brass
because
structure, the very
literally during the Patreon hour, I was like,
kind of
instead of
simplified
spiders, what if they were
symbol of the
undead
winds of
gnomes
Sarenrae.
that just like were stuck down there for
multiple times across the
1,000
structure
years?
in various
And then the first
incarnations.
thing we see is a
This
gnome on a
is very
crutch.
much indeed the lost temple of Sarenrae.
So, when they've fully excavated it, you can come back and check it out.
Yes.
Or you can
Yeah.
Or you
stay
could-
here and restore it.
Restore it right
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
At which
for
point, the
them.
older woman sees you guys walk down and goes,
Please, there's nothing to take. And nothing but history and rock. I guarantee you, bandits are not welcome here.
I take out my symbol and I say, no,
I give the lady
I'm
credit,
here
but
to
that's
help.
you
dangerous.
hear an audible gasp from
The
her.
old lady's like, don't take our stuff.
Deceive.
I mean,
Oh my,
if you come at
I'm
bandits
sorry.
like that
My
and
name
they're
is Jasira.
evil enough to want to take your stuff,
A
they're
simple
probably going to
painter,
smack you
but
around.
one of, as far as I know, the three devoted to the Lady of the Everlight here in Vasselheim. Now the fourth. I know where you came from, but would you stay with us for a bit and help us rebuild? Bring her name.
Do we
into
have time
light
for that? I
amongst the
kind of
others
think
here
we
in
should,
Vasselheim.
just for fun, for a little
Restore
bit.
it to its glory.
Look at Laura.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, and we know she does, right?
Oh,
We
no,
know
I
she
wanna leave
does.
Oh no, because
Because there's a
shouldn't
point
take
early on in
Especially
the
with her
arc.
help.
And we can bring
Right?
the light
Am
into
I
heart of others.
crazy?
You can see the two other
I kind of
over at the
remember in
side, and they all
season
look with
1
this look of hope that you
when
can
we were
probably
getting
tell
into
from
the
twinkles
Briarwood
in their
arc,
face they haven't had
that
in quite some
Pike
time.
was
and they look up to you
helping
in their
restore
simple
a church,
clothes
right?
As the first true strong bastion in this city for Sarenrae they've seen in a long time.
And Laura knew
Thanking you
it.
to turn to the
Laura
rest of the
buried
group.
her head like, I know
Well,
that Ashley's going to
I
have to
think
stay
this
now.
is a pilgrimage I have to take. So, Vox Machina, keep your eyes out.
Look at Laura's like actually emotionally.
Contact
People are getting
you
emotional
once in
about
a
it.
while if I can, and we will meet up once this is completed.
inevitably.
All in.
All in. Yeah, Laura and Marisha are actually getting choked up. So, am I to assume that we knew we had to send off Ashley because out of nowhere at the end of the episode, like we're like a couple minutes away from the end.
Okay.
And on that note, we have to close because people are in a rush. Ashley will be leaving us
All
for
right,
a
yeah,
time.
so
She's
this was
going to
now.
New York for a few months to shoot a television series.
A web series. Yeah, this is
Yeah,
when
it's
Blind
a
Spot
wonderful
started.
television series she has recurring on. We're really happy. We're really happy.
A really
and proud of her.
crappy. Matt is so like
Emotions and circumstances.
flustered.
So amazing, and have made this
Matt
whole
is so
experience
flustered.
just
He's
even
like
better
tripping
for
over
us,
everything.
and
She's on a
thank
crappy
you so much
web
for
series.
going with us on our journey, and it will keep going. But I will be back.
You will be back.
I was gonna say, as soon as Laura started getting like choked up, and then she put her
She'll pop
head
in and
down,
out if she
I was
can,
like, "What's
but-
happening?"
And there will
Oh,
eventually
Ashley
be a return of Pike. But
is
for the
leaving.
time being, she feels the calling to stay and help rebuild this temple of Sarenrae.
It makes perfect sense, and obviously there is a reason.
Guys.
And I started just remembering because of the animated.
Okay, I will.
Scanlan will not physically wait for you, but emotionally,
Scanlan is not waiting.
Emotionally, I will
Emotionally
wait for
will.
you.
He will emotionally.
and I will not stray emotionally. I will always be there for you, emotionally.
Okay, Scanlan.
Physically, I mean. come on.
Emotionally.
Gonna be
Let's not
months.
be ridiculous.
Well, thank you so much, Ashley. We're gonna miss you, but we'll keep you tabs and we'll have you back soon.
Okay.
All right. And thank you all so much for watching. Give everyone give Ashley love on the Twitter. On the
Love to
internet.
Ashley. I mean, I knew her back
We'll see
originally.
you guys at Comic-Con
Ca-
next week.
Campaign 2 is when
those
I
will be
got
Anime
familiar, and
Expo.
she was
I'll be
still
there tomorrow
dipping in and
for
out.
Panels. And
Buy those shirts.
Oh yeah,
buy
buy
those shirts. We have 6 more days for the Critical Role
Buy
shirts before they
those
go away.
shirts.
It's still got Pike on it. You gotta get it now.
All right, everybody, that is it for episode 16 of Campaign 1. I was almost going to say Campaign 2 because I kept saying Campaign 2. So this was the episode. This is the episode that Ashley leaves. It's funny to me that Enhanced for Critters did up to episode 15, and then episode 16 is the first episode we actually go back to Critical Role Geek and Sundry to watch. And honestly, it wasn't bad at all. I'm guessing around now is when they got it all together. I mean, this is the 16th episode. You're talking on average 3 to 4 hours per episode. That's a lot of time to figure things out. Like, if you do the math, that's like almost 100 hours already of content So I didn't see any problems at all. I didn't see any like technical difficulties with the music or any of the voices getting too loud. Even when they were all screaming and ranting and stuff, I feel like they've gotten it down pretty well. There also is a sub counter at the bottom. I couldn't see it during the live stream. I was like, is there a sub counter somewhere? Because I feel like at this point they did. But apparently the bar that I was doing the live stream off of was blocking it, so I didn't see it till the Patreon hour. And obviously now Vox O'Clock. But they're barely over 4,000. We were talking last episode of the episode before how I was like, oh, they hit their goal of 4,000 subscribers. I was under the impression they meant they had done it in one episode. I was like, 4,000 subscribers in an episode is crazy, but they're in the millions now. So I thought this might have been the point in which they started like really gaining, like really like making ground on their subscribers. But right now there is barely 4,300 subscribers. Crazy. Total. That is total. So we will be seeing that now. We will be monitoring the sub count and everything. Obviously, things look much different because of the way that Enhanced for Critters, edited it up and remastered it. But I'm loving it. I'm thinking everything's great. We talked to Highbearer Vord. He gave us some info. We now will lose Ashley because Ashley is going to go take care of the temple. At first I was like, oh, is it going to be one of those things where Ashley said yes and shouldn't have? But I'm like, she could easily back out of this. She doesn't have to do it because she feels guilty. But then I'm realizing, oh my God, wait, this was a thing. Going back to season 1 of the animated show of Vox Machina, I'm pretty sure Pike was here. The Briarwood arc is what I jumped in on. So this is the downtime. So honestly, everything we've learned up until now, I was kind of in the dark about, because even the comparison videos I didn't start watching till they made sense to watch with the animated show. So we still have from now till that first episode is all new to me, unless they have other things infused here and there. But that being said, I'm going to go edit this up. You guys, I would do the Tiberius thing. I didn't forget, but I'm looking and I'm going to run out of data in the next 3 minutes. I don't think we have enough time to watch the Tiberius thing. We'll see. Maybe we'll do it at the live stream this coming week. But you want to see more of what I do, in the description link for Patreon, where you'll see the Patreon hour exclusive for every episode of Campaign 1 and 2. You want your own requested show or movie, go to the link, ask me to watch whatever you want at a certain tier level, I will do so. That is how we have thousands of exclusives like Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest. We started Once Upon a Time, Season 4, Leverage, Warehouse 13, Schitt's Creek, and Sherlock. Just finished Eureka and Cobra Kai's final seasons. Severance, Yellow Jackets, and The Last of Us new seasons are either going on right now or just ended. There are thousands of other movies and shows full on edited. Check it out. If not, comments down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.